Greetings, everybody. It's Miss Portia. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my official podcast, and I am here with one of my students who I am extremely proud of, who has an amazing transformational story that she's going to share with us. So, my love, tell us your name, where you're calling in from, and what's life like for you right now?
Well, my name's Kelly Labar. I currently live in Springfield, Oregon. I am a driving instructor. I own my own driving company. Yeah, I teach teens how to drive. It's a little scary at times, but I got it. I got it. And I'm a mom. I got two boys. One is 13, one is 10. And married for 14 years and really got back into belly dance recently. So very excited to be here.
What was life like in your body before you started belly dancing?
Uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable. I had a lot of confidence in who I was and am as a person. But in my own body, in my own skin, I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel me. I felt kind of stagnant, just going through the motions of day to day of being mom, doing my thing, being the wife, all this, just there, not really taking part of life. My husband noticed that, and I could tell he was wanting me to come back to life. Yeah.
I think we can all relate, right? Moms, women, we carry
Yeah.
the weight of the world. It's a lot when you step into that role of wife, and
Mhm.
even more so when you step into the role of mother
Mhm.
and you're working. It's different hats, and sometimes we lose the hat that we originally started with, right?
Yeah.
And it gets hidden in the closet, that pretty sensual, vibrant hat, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All the things that I am, who I want to be, things I find enjoyable, all got pushed aside. And there are times where I was wearing all the hats all at once, where the phone was ringing for the business and my kids were in front of me trying to want my attention for whatever it is. And my husband's asking questions. Everything's all at once, like literally all at once, and cooking dinner.
So, Kelly, do you remember the exact moment that you thought, okay, I have to do something different?
I think it was kind of a series of moments, you know, um, things were just going and going, and I just so unhappy, so frustrated. And my husband and I had several conversations. Some of them were so loving and kind, and some were quite heated. Just several moments over the course of a couple of weeks. And um, he just said, whatever it is that you want to do, I will support you. And he's like, just tell me what it is that you want to do, and I'll help you. I'll be there for you to help you do this. And I told him one of my ideas, and I wanted to go back to joining a gym. I used to be an instructor, a spin instructor, and water aerobics instructor, and boot camp, and all that stuff at a gym. And I wanted to go back to doing that, just being at the gym. I liked being in classes, working out on my own, just was bored and I wouldn't, no. I like being in a class. And I told them, well, I kind of want to join the Y, and they have some classes at such and such time, and that means I need your help with the kids. And he's like, okay, done. I'll do it. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Welcome to the hubby. He showed up.
Yeah, huge help. And so I said, okay. He kept making sure the kids were up and, at least getting them started for the morning while I was there at the gym, and come home and I take over with the kids and then do whatever else I needed to do. And it just kind of kept working and kept working and kept working. And he was really supportive with that. And it just felt good going back to the gym and being there with others. And
Kudos to your
like,
husband. That what a
yeah.
great supporter, because that's such a key component when you're in a family unit. It takes two, and you need that team to manage not only the house but the kids. And it's really, it's great to see that he was there for you.
Mhm.
to allow you to have that space to rediscover yourself and
Mhm.
start moving again. Because, yeah, we always put kids first, homework first, chores, work, cooking, all that stuff kind of has to happen. And then we leave out the exercise or the movement, the things that are good for us. And after
Mhm.
many years, that starts to wear us down, and you find yourself in a space that you don't even know who you are. You don't even recognize yourself, whether
Mhm.
it be physically or just emotionally and mentally. So I think a lot of us can relate to you on that. And what a great hubby. Kudos to him for
Yeah.
showing up.
He's been very supportive, extremely supportive. So it was a big help. And then he saw me making such a big transformation that he said I inspired him. And then he started getting his butt in shape again. And
Yay! Two
we're
butts in
aging
shape are
backwards.
better than one.
We're aging backwards now. So it's
I
really
love
nice.
it. I
Yeah.
love it. I'm so happy to hear that. So, out of all the workout options out there, why belly dance?
When I was in junior college some years ago, I worked at a new age store and they had some belly dance VHS tapes. And I know a long time ago. And I, bought them and would do them at home. So then after a while, I did some belly dance classes at the local rec. I think it was a rec or the community college. I can't remember which. And I enjoyed the class, but the schedules don't always work out great. But I enjoy doing that. I continue to do it on my own, and then I had to focus on finishing my degree, and then finished my degree. I met my who was now my husband, and then we moved, and life happened. Life happened, and when I was going back to the gym, I knew that only doing that is gonna, after a while, I'm gonna stall out. I'm gonna plateau, and I'm like, I need to keep a variety. And I'm like, well, what about belly dance? I haven't done that. That's very different than what I'm currently doing. And I'm like, let's see what's out there on YouTube because I haven't looked for belly dance on YouTube at all. I found you and I found a couple others, and the way you break down the moves clicks with the average Jane or Joe.
Yeah.
It made sense. I'm like, oh, now I get it. That makes perfect sense now. But the dancing is what really kept me wanting to go. And man, did that feel good, other than, doing all the weights and the cardio, the dancing and skirts and the prettiness and the flicking of the hair and the hip scarves that make the sounds and the veil and all of that. It's just
Just
like
magical, right? It's
it's
like magical
magical.
exercise or
It
magical
is.
movement.
But it just made me feel, so feminine and beautiful after feeling very grungy, taking care of kids and home and everything. It just felt so good to feel beautiful. Just the touch and the grace and the hips and the yeah, everything. Yeah.
It's like we own it, right? I guess maybe it's
Yeah.
empowering, but also
Yeah.
like as a woman, it's almost part of our body language, meaning
Hmm.
like our body, like our hips, and like moving those around. It's almost like you're speaking with your hips, perhaps, and there's something about it, right? But it's not raunchy. We're not being vulgar.
Hmm.
So it's this, I don't know, maybe it's this language of the pelvis that transforms us. I don't know. I've been
Hmm.
teaching a long time. I've taught many, many women, and there's something magical about belly dance that really transforms women.
It's like
It's
when your hair is just right, your makeup is just right, and the outfit is on fire, and you're wearing your heels, and you walk into a room, and everybody's like, oh, and you're like, oh, that's right. And then you start strutting across the room and adding a little hip. You're like, wow, I feel good
I
right now.
love this analogy
Yeah,
right now. Like
that's
you're
belly
you're
dance.
describing all of us in class. Like we're like, okay, because
Yep.
it's true. And it's
Yeah.
freeing, right? It's
It makes you
freeing.
own the room. Yeah.
Spot
Yep.
on. You hit it spot on. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your first class or your first experience with me. I would love to know Were there tingles? Were there jiggles and wiggles and giggles? Like, what was that like? You were on YouTube. We didn't dance in person.
Hmm.
So it was digital, it was online. But I would love to know how that first class went. Do you remember it? Like, what was that like for you?
Yeah, it's been a little over a year. So December 24 is when I started, doing the belly dance and everything. And I was huffing and puffing and dripping with sweat. And the heater was not off in the room, but I was like, this room is stifling. I'm dying. I had to open the window. It's like 30 degrees and raining outside. I'm like, oh, I feel so, I was dying.
So you're saying you got a workout. I'm
It
assuming
was
you
a
did.
workout. Yes, I was exhausted. And I looked at my husband. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying.
Wow. What was your weight then? This was before you lost all the weight.
At that point, I was 254.
Okay. And now you're,
As of today, I am 157.
wow. Bravo.
Yeah.
You made a commitment to yourself and you stuck with it and
Hmm.
you did the work and now you're just reaping the benefits and you are
Hmm.
so beautiful. And I don't just mean you're out, the outside part of you, and your face because you're gorgeous, but like you are a beautiful soul. I can just feel your authenticity and your empathy, through the screen. Like you care. And so you're just a beautiful person. And now I'm so happy for you that you also feel beautiful on the outside, that you don't feel like that slump or that sludge that you
Hmm.
felt before. What can you say to someone that might be overweight? They aren't sure when to start, where to start. What would you say to them?
It doesn't matter where you start, so long as that you start. You just got to say, I love me, and I got to take care of me. I want to be lucky enough to live a long life. I'll never make it there if I continue down that path.
If someone is listening to you right now that may be in a similar predicament where they're overweight or unmotivated or feeling ugly, feeling like they're sleepwalking through life, what would you say to them about belly dancing and at least giving it a go?
It's like when I talk to my kids and I'm like, here's your food, here's your dinner. And they look at it like, I don't want this. Try it. Just try it. You never know if you'll like it. You'll never know if it's like going to be the most amazing thing you've ever tasted or experienced. Just try it. Um, and you don't have to show skin. You don't have to show your belly if you don't like it. You don't have to wear a hip scarf. You can keep your arms covered if you don't like your arms. With me, I often don't show my skin, my belly too much. I got a little bit of skin that I show, but not too much because I have excess skin since I've lost weight. And at times it makes me a little uncomfortable, but we got to push ourselves past the uncomfortable at times. When you're ready for it, push yourself past the uncomfortable. Give it a go. You never know where it's going to take you. And you don't want to look back on life saying, man, I should have done that. Man, I wish I tried this. You never know what's going to be there on the other side. Amazing experiences are awaiting you going and trying something new and pushing yourself past the uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh, Miss Kelly, this has been so amazing. I'm so inspired by you. I hope our listeners, have been inspired and are bit by the Kelly bug, where they're going to try something new. That's their motto, the Kelly motto, right?
Yes,
And
doing something
give it a
new.
go. Belly
Yeah,
dance, get moving.
yeah.
Anything else you want to say or share, my love, before we finish?
Doing the belly dance, it just felt so good and so empowering. And even though I still got quite a bit of a little tummy and the excess skin and everything, and I was like, I want other women to feel proud of that too. I still have it, but you want to add a belly dancer. You want something to shimmy, shimmy, shake.
I'm so honored to have you, Miss Kelly. Thank you for
Thank
being here
you.
with us.
Thank you, Miss
And
P.
those of you watching, I hope this inspired you and opened your eyes to possibly trying belly dance for fun, for exercise, for confidence. You can do it anywhere, anytime, right here on YouTube. There's also memberships. There's belly dancers everywhere. Just get into a class. All right, we did it!
Yay!
We did it!